As part of this topic, I will demonstrate the minimum set of tools that are required to be proficient in Python. If you are new to Python, you just set up these tools, make sure you start learning. Once you gain enough expertise, then you can think about using appropriate IDEs to actually take care of full-blown application development. That being said, my GitHub account is dgadraju. As part of that, there is a repository called as itversity-books. You can actually clone this repository and you can actually get this content. You can leverage this content to practice. You can also watch me so that you get notification whenever I upload new content, or you can also fork and start improvising on the content, and you can even place merge request. If it makes sense, I will accept that merge request. That being said, to begin with Python, as part of this itversity books repository, there is a folder called as Data Engineering Bootcamp. In that folder, Data Engineering Bootcamp, there is a folder called as Basics of Programming using Python. And if you get there, there are these notebooks. I will demonstrate how to clone this repository and start leveraging these notebooks as part of your system itself. As long as it is Mac, you should be able to follow the instructions and you should be able to set up and learn. As part of the Mac, already you will get one version of Python. It is nothing but Python 2.7. You can just say Python and hit enter. If it is new, if you haven't installed new versions of Python, when you say Python like this, you will see Python 2.7. However, I have installed multiple versions of Python on this. One of them is Python 3.7. There is also a version called as Python 3.6. Sorry, not Python 3.6, but Python 3.8, and then Python 2. Python 2 is being deprecated. Don't plan to learn anything using Python 2 going forward. Just focus on Python 3.6 or later. And I have two versions of Python. They are nothing but Python 3.7 and Python 3.8. If you don't have, what you can do if you are using Mac, if you already set up brew on this, you can actually say brew search Python and hit enter. It will show you the formula related to Python. You should be able to pick up whatever version is relevant to you and you can install. If you don't have brew, you just have to follow the instructions that are available as part of my channel and you should be able to set up brew. So in case if you want to understand how to set up brew, you can go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com itversity or you can directly go to youtube.com and search for itversity brew. It will actually show the video related to brew. So you can say itversity brew in the search bar and it will actually show the video related to brew. This is the video which you can follow to actually set up brew on your Mac. Also, there is a playlist called as BA Pro using Mac. You can actually click on this. There is a module called as Tools for IT Professionals. You can see all these videos which will help you to set up your system to learn all the modern technologies. It covers Vagrant, VirtualBox, to create virtual machines, Docker to create Docker containers, enabling passwordless login, overview of Git, so on and so forth. So make sure you follow this and set it up so that you can leverage your Mac to the fullest. That being said, provided brew is set up, now you searched for Python, you can see that there is Python and Python 3.8. Python is nothing but Python 3.7.4, which I have already installed. If you want to get the details of a particular library, you can say brew info Python like this. It will provide us the details. Then you should be able to say brew install and then install Python. Towards the end, it will ask you to update the environment variables in RC files. Make sure that you follow those instructions and take care of it. As of now, it is already updated and hence I cannot demonstrate. But in case if you run into any issues, you can actually join our Slack channel and you can raise these issues and I will be there to support you, or my team will be able to support you. I'm assuming that you successfully installed Python 3.7 or Python 3.8, whatever version you want to use. Once you have that, what you can do is you can create a directory called as itversity books, or you can also directly say git clone in whatever location you want. Provided you have Git on the Mac, you can say git clone to clone the existing repository. Go to my GitHub account and go to this itversity books repository. Expand this, copy this, go to the terminal and then say git clone, paste it and hit enter. It will create a folder called as itversity books. You can get into those details like this and you can see all the folders that are available as part of this repository. Now you need to access these books in a bit streamlined fashion. especially to learn Python from the scratch. If you are newbie to Python, one of the way to learn is by using notebooks or Jupyter notebooks. So you need to set up Jupyter, and I want to set up Jupyter for this project itself or for this repository itself. How to do that? For that, you can say Python with whatever version of Python you want. You can actually say -m venv, and you can say itversity books env. I am creating something called as virtual environment, which will isolate the dependencies related to this repository with others. You should be able to install whatever is required for this project, and you should be able to practice. Now, when you run this, it will create a folder called as itversity books env in this current folder. Don't worry too much about virtual environments at this time. Just run this command and see what it does. It contains include lib, bin, etc. as part of this folder. Okay, when I say python -m venv, give this name, it created a folder in the current directory, and you can see that there are multiple folders. The most important folder for us at this time is nothing but bin. As part of bin, we have something called as activate. Using activate, we should be able to activate this virtual environment to make it specific to this repository. So how to do that? You can use a command called as source, and then itversity books -env bin activate. You see here, it confirms that you are in the Python virtual environment related to this. Now, if you say Python, it will launch whatever version it is being used while creating the virtual environment, which is nothing but Python 3.7.4, and it will launch this Python. Now I can exit off this. If I want to install Jupyter specific to this, I can say python -m pip install, or as part of the bin you also have this pip3 pip3.7. You can directly say pip also. So pip is nothing but a Python management tool. Using pip, you should be able to manage the packages related to Python. Hence I can say pip install Jupyter to install Jupyter. You see it is installing Jupyter for this virtual environment. If you deactivate from this Jupyter might not be available to you. So you need to make sure that whenever you run Jupyter to launch notebooks or lab, you run source command to activate your virtual environment for this repository and then take it further. Otherwise, you will see some issues. You will run into some issues which is a bit tough to troubleshoot. Always make sure you run source command to activate the virtual environment. Make sure you are in the right virtual environment by referring to this, and then start using the Jupyter notebook to get best out of my content without running into too many issues. If I want to deactivate, I can say deactivate like this, and then it will come out of this Python virtual environment. Once again, if I want to activate, I can say source, and I should be able to activate this virtual environment. Now I also want to install something called as Jupyter Lab. Jupyter Lab is nothing but a wrapper on top of Jupyter Notebook. It will give a better user experience. That's the only reason why I'm launching Jupyter Lab rather than Jupyter Notebook directly. Once you launch Jupyter Lab, you should be able to access the notebooks in a bit user-friendly fashion, and you should be able to learn. Now I have installed Jupyter Lab also. Once you install Jupyter and Jupyter Lab, you can say Jupyter Lab like this. You should be in the virtual environment. If you don't see this, don't run this. If you don't see this, make sure you run source command like this, the virtual environment bin activate, and make sure that it is connected to the right Python virtual environment. Also, you can run pip freeze command to see what are all installed as part of this. All these are installed because of Jupyter. Jupyter is dependent on so many other libraries. All these libraries are automatically installed for us. Now I can say Jupyter Lab and hit enter. It will start a web service on a port number called as 8888. You can see. Also, it will automatically open the browser for us, and it will actually take us into this. Okay. Now you can see all those which we have seen as part of the repository: CC175 Scala, Data Engineering Bootcamp, itversity books env, starter kits, etc. You should not be using this at all. This is just because we have created a virtual environment in this folder. That's why it is showing up. It is not from my GitHub repository. Make sure that you do not create any notebooks in this. You might run into some issues, which is very tough to troubleshoot. To practice using our content, you can go to Data Engineering Bootcamp and you can see basics of programming using Python, and you can see the notebooks here. Now you can actually go to basic programming constructs if you want to practice related to basic programming constructs, and then you should be able to run it directly from here. You can see that it is running without any issues. So this is how you should start learning Python for now. Even though you might have installed PyCharm and all, don't worry too much about them. You just focus on the Jupyter and take it further. This is one way of setting up Jupyter and start learning using this repository. Another alternative way is using Anaconda, and you should be able to install Anaconda, launch Jupyter Lab, and then take it further. I will demonstrate that as well in a separate video. But you can use this approach or that approach. For now, whatever is convenient, stick to it. Don't mix up. Don't try to use Anaconda sometimes and don't try to use this approach other times. Stick to one approach for now.